Hi, I'm Lorrie Shaw, owner of Professional Pet Sitting and the author behind Animals Unfolded. And I decided to do a vlog today as opposed to a traditional blog post. And the topic I'm going to talk about today is one that I faced several times in my career as a pet sitter and as somebody who kind of has come to specialize in caring for pets in hospice and receiving palliative care. So the topic just seems to lend itself a bit more to maybe this format, so if you'll just indulge me. I just returned from a visit with an existing client, one that I've been with for a number of years. And a little bit of background, they have two dogs, two labs, who are adults, I'll call them, finally adults. You know how, slowly they grow up mentally. So they're not quite seniors. They're at a really fun age. And over the weekend, one of the dogs had started to present with some symptoms that were kind of vague at first, and as the weekend wore on, by Sunday evening, family was very concerned about what they were seeing. So they decided, rather than chance it, let's head to the emergency ER, the emergency vet clinic. And they had come out of the visit with some news that they did not expect to nor want to hear. It was very, very dire diagnosis. Though I can't go into any detail because of privacy reasons. What I can say is that the family had decided, upon hearing their options to treat the situation, the illness, that surgery, the one option, was not within reach for them financially. It was just too far out. They just don't have the resources, like a lot of us don't sometimes. Perfectly understandable. And they had instead decided to inquire about some palliative care, which was the next step. Though they felt very comfortable with the way that the veterinary clinic handled everything and treated them, and the way that they treated the pet, and how they kind of walked them through the process of what to expect with the palliative care, and of course the follow-up with their primary vet, who of course has also been very helpful in kind of following up with that palliative care plan and hospice plan and what to expect. What the family did not feel comfortable with was one term that is used in veterinary hospitals and by vets. And it was during the conversation of going over the discharge documents and the prognosis plan, for lack of a better word, the term against medical advice is something that they not only heard from the vet themselves, but when they got home late in the night, wee hours, going over the discharge documents, trying to take it all in, and they see it again on the paper. Against medical advice, AMA. Now, as somebody who works closely with vets, sometimes I realize that they use that term. It's floated around, there's no secret about it. But what I want to stress is how careful we need to be about using words like that together. I know from my experience in working with families that are facing this kind of situation, hospice care, serious diagnoses, how important it is for us to use the right words, the right language, how we deliver it, how we say it, when we say it, if we say it at all. Sometimes it's worth it to maybe withhold some words. It's very difficult for families to get this kind of news and to know that the best that they can offer their pet at that time is not going to save their life, especially when they know that there's a chance that it can be done. Or they can extend their pet's life to a reasonable amount of time that's comfortable. So I am going to implore veterinarians, clinicians, veterinary staff, please be very choosy in your words. There are other things that can be used besides against medical advice. Because I don't think, especially in this case, in cases like this, that a family is really going against medical advice. It's not so much a choice as it is a necessity. I was thinking about what could be used instead, and I think one phrase I really, really love is family expressed what was within their means, and that was to go with palliative care. That to me seems like a much more mindful and thoughtful way to put a very, very uncomfortable realization for a family, a very disconcerting and sad realization that a family has. And when they go back and read that, that's going to resonate with them. Your words are going to resonate. So my hope is that going forward, that if you're listening to this or watching this, if you're a vet or if you're a member of the vet staff, that you'll remember what I say when I tell you that being careful with your words really is as important as using all of your medical knowledge and your skills.